Hi, you guys. Welcome back for our daily practice questions. It is day 271, and as always, I like to first start with my introduction and disclaimer before getting started with our questions for today. So, for those of you who are familiar with me, hey y'all. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Dr. Brittany Weinstock, a family nurse practitioner and the founder and CEO of the Nursing Studio. I provide resources, tools, review courses, review videos, review books, digital flashcards, Q banks, one on one sessions, and more to assist nurses as well as nurse practitioners with success on their boards as well as in practice. I've been doing this since 2015, assisting nurses and nurse practitioners internationally with exam success. But y'all know my disclaimer and reminder that we know there's no absolutes in medicine. We treat on a patient by patient basis, and any other questions that you see here, I have designed and created based on the current guidelines that are being tested on the ANCC as well as AANP exam. Now, any of my videos where I'm teaching on things that we currently do in practice, I will always say that so there's no confusion. So, with that being said, let's get into question number one for today. But before we get started, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you're not missing any of my videos. And if you would like to gain access to my MP Test Success Toolkit, it is free and linked in the description. My website is also linked in the description and houses all the resources that I offer. But as always, I like to direct you as well to my business profile by simply going to Google and searching The Nursing Studio. It will bring you here where you can find my contact number, link to my website, and testimonials from previous review students. All right, y'all, question number one. A 50-year-old female with no diabetes or ASCVD has an LDL of 195 milligrams per deciliter. What is the most appropriate treatment? Is it A, lifestyle modifications only? Is it B, statin therapy? Is it C, ezetimibe? Or is it D, fenofibrate? Take a moment and tell me what you got. All right, I always recommend reading the stem of the question first, as it allows you to slow down to ensure you're answering what is even being asked of you. Here, the stem of the question states, what is the most appropriate treatment? And as I always tell y'all, if they're looking for a treatment, you got to run it back and see if they provided you with a diagnosis. And if they have not, you got to run it back a step further so that you can determine the diagnosis by taking a look at those assessment findings, like how are they presenting? What are their signs and symptoms, right? So this 50-year-old female does not have a history of diabetes or any cardiovascular disease, but she has an LDL of 195. Remember, we want her LDL to be less than 100. So we definitely need to get her started on B, statin therapy, because it's significantly elevated over the goal, right? All right, question number two. A 47-year-old male presents with triglycerides of 620 milligrams per deciliter and an LDL of 110 milligrams per deciliter. He has no ASCVD history. What is the most appropriate initial treatment to reduce his risk of pancreatitis? Is it a high intensity statin? Is it B, a fenofibrate? Is it C, ezetimibe? Or is it D, niacin? Take a moment and tell me what you got in the comments, y'all. All right, again, stem of the question, what is the most appropriate initial treatment to reduce his risk for pancreatitis? Again, we're talking treatment. So we need to look and see what's going on. So triglycerides are 620, and this is the reason why we're considering reducing a risk of pancreatitis. Anytime the triglycerides exceed 500, we work to manage that first over the LDL. So even though this LDL slightly is above goal, over that 100 goal, the triglycerides are significantly elevated and we need to address those. Now, you know that we can treat with a fenofibrate or niacin when we're trying to address triglycerides, but the latest guidelines show fenofibrates first for triglyceride management, so your best answer is B. I know at one point niacin was, but there's more efficacy and compliance to the fenofibrates as niacin causes that severe flushing with a lot of people. So people are often not compliant due to that. So fenofibrates are now the latest guidelines, first line therapy for that. All right, and lastly, question number three. A 45-year-old female with type 2 diabetes has an LDL of 110 milligrams per deciliter and no ASCVD history. Her 10-year ASCVD risk is 4%. What is the most appropriate cholesterol treatment? Is it A, lifestyle modifications? Is it B, moderate intensity statin? Is it C, high intensity statin? Or is it D, a PCSK9 inhibitor? Take a moment and tell me what you got, y'all. All right, and the STEM here is what is the most appropriate cholesterol treatment? And this is telling you directly the diagnosis and everything in the STEM. So we're looking for cholesterol management. So you want to take a look at the presentation and what's going on so we can know how to treat. So this female does have a history of type 2 diabetes and the LDL is exceeding that 100. Although they don't have a extremely, it says no CVD history, but the CVD risk factor is 4%, which is low. But you want to address the LDL greater than 100 along with the history of type 2 diabetes. So with that, we would treat with B, a moderate intensity statin. All right, you guys. I hope you found this helpful. As always, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with whoever you may think may find this beneficial as well. But y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. And if you need any of the resources that I do offer, feel free to reach out to the nursing studio by giving us a call at 803-400-6864. You can also shoot a text message to this number or shoot us an email to the nursing studio, the number one at gmail.com. Everything that I do offer is linked in the bio of this channel, including my website. And as I mentioned previously, my website is also linked in the description of this video. All right, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Y'all make sure y'all meet me back here. Happy studying. Bye, y'all.